I'm a true psychopath. When you're lost, take your trust. That's me. That's so sick. I'm a fraud, call me a liar. A true psycho. Ooh, I'm a fraud, call me a liar. A true psychopath, don't love me. When you're lost, take your trust. Yeah, that's me. Oh, that's me, that's me, that's me. Yes, I'm a fraud. Call me a liar. A true psychopath.
Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday. It's the weekend. It's New Year's Eve weekend almost here. Goodness gracious, 2024 is almost over. Hello, everyone. How are you? It's so good to see everybody here. So good. So good. Okay. Before we get started, I got a couple of little housekeeping things that I just want to address right quick. Okay. The first one. I was in 3 different lives last night and stayed up way late and got up real early. So I was in Crime Curious's live last night. Her podcast is called Unless and Until with attorney Chris Welch. It was a fantastic stream. If you guys didn't see it, please go check it out. It was fantastic. Then I moseyed on over to ATS News, also an equally great stream. Fantastic information. It was a fantastic discussion. And then after that, I cruised on over to Icked And let me just give Icked like he really needs a shout out from your girl here, but I have to shout him out because last night there was a lot of new information. There was a lot of stuff coming out on Facebook in the Savannah Soto, Mathew Guerra case, and he did a really, really good job. I mean, I don't know if I could have done it because I like when people are sending me information and stuff like that during a stream, sometimes I'd be getting flustered due to the ADDs. And he did a really, really good job of like breaking down all of the drama that was going on. There's been a lot of accusations and he just did a really, really fantastic job of juggling all of that and making sure to get out verified information. So I just continue to be super impressed with Icked. I just have to say that. Now, the bit of housekeeping that I want to get to, because this case that we're going to talk about today, the Savanah Soto and Mathew Guerra case, is new and ever changing and ever developing. In order for me to do this live, I got to keep on top of everything, right? So I was up very, very late last night looking at all these things. I mean, the stuff on Facebook is it's overwhelming because there's so much. So I know that I need to get to this Nick and Gypsy thing, and I'm going to be using their own words. But what I wanted to say is, after being in Crime Curious's chat, her live, and ATS News's live, and seeing the response from people that watch all 3 of our channels, respective to Gypsy and Nick, particularly her release. I decided that the way that I had initially planned to do the video, um, isn't how I wanna do it anymore. I think the way that I want to do the video now is to simply give you all the information. And I'm not going to give my opinion in the video at all. I will save that for after I show the video, we can have a discussion. Because I don't want to influence anybody. I don't want people to feel like when they come to my channel, if they disagree with me, it's a problem or their opinion isn't going to be respected. I want to say first and foremost, with all the cases that I've ever covered, I'm covering now and will cover in the future, I wasn't there. I can't say anything with 100% certainty because I wasn't there. I can only show you guys the available evidence and and present it to you, and ultimately it's up to you to form your own opinion, and you don't need my permission to have an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? I just want to make sure that when I'm doing it that everybody feels comfortable expressing theirs here, even if it is opposite of mine. I like it when people agree with me, and I also like it when people disagree with me. I don't want an echo chamber. I said this last night in Crime Curious's chat. I don't want an echo chamber, particularly because they're not fun, number one. And number two, I don't actually like the sound of my voice. So I don't want to hear myself, right? So nobody's made me feel any type of way, Mela. I just want to make it very, very clear that I don't want y'all to feel that way. I don't want you guys to feel like, Jen Lou, she can't handle constructive criticism and, she can't handle an opposing opinion. And, I don't want that. I want you guys to be here and I want you to tell me exactly how you think, what you think when you think it, because I enjoy that. So I just wanted to take a different approach than the one that I had initially envisioned. I listened when people talk. I read the chat. I read the comments. And I'm not above taking constructive criticism. I need that crap. Believe me. So with that said, I just I want to take a slightly different approach. So after I do this live, I'm going to make adjustments to this video. And then I'm going to, tonight, I'm going to do my live tonight. Instead of at 7, I'm going to do it at 9 because I know I need the time. Okay. And then tomorrow morning, or, or not, let's not be ridiculous. It's Saturday and people like to sleep in. Hello, I'm people. I like to sleep in, although lately I can't. But I'm going to do a nooner over in Patreon, and we're just going to kick it and chill and, just have just a chill conversation between friends, I don't even know what the topic is going to be yet. Okay. So, with that being said, the first thing that I want to show you guys is what the San Antonio police released last night. Now, when I went to check on their Facebook page, I like to give very, very detailed, accurate information. And to that end, if this might be a little known fact, but when you go to a Facebook page, whether it is a person's Facebook page or like an actual, like, for example, the San Antonio Police Department page, right? You can choose to click to view any edits that they've done to the information that's been posted, and that will tell you what time whatever it was that they posted was posted. The problem with that is it will always be set to your location, not theirs. So you're viewing the timestamp at their time. So while it said 4:20 I think it was actually posted around 3:20 their time yesterday afternoon. Texas time is because it's central. I think that I have that right. So when they posted this, it has no audio, um, because you're not allowed to do that. You can record video, like, exterior cameras can, but they can't record audio. It's some kind of there's a law about it. I don't even know. Anyways, bottom line is there's no sound. So if you guys are looking for sound, there's no sound. But it is two people of interest in the case. There's a person who is driving a black pickup truck, and then there is a person who is driving the victim's Kia. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you guys. All I did to the video is zoom in on some places. That's it. The video is not great quality. I tried to fix the quality as much as I could. I just don't have the software at my disposal to do that. So I did the best that I could. All right. So here we go. Let me push play for you guys. Okay. So I paused it here for a reason. Let me make this bigger. I don't know why I made it small. There we go. Let me go back a little bit, okay? Because there's something I want to show you that was talked about quite a bit on the Facebooks. And going through the Facebooks, I got back into Facebooking. There she is. Hang on just a second. Let me add Allie to the stream. Patty,
Hello.
hi. Hi. I was so worried
I'm so
about you.
sorry.
Like, oh, don't be sorry,
I am
babe.
late, but let me show you why because I didn't realize that
You
there
know
was
we're
a
live, right?
yes, they're doing my
Okay.
roof today. So there's
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know that and yeah, and it's quite loud here, but I thought next door you could hear me better. I'm going to try to go where we can't hear it, but I didn't know they've released another video. I'm excited for this live, but okay, I'm watching. I'm here.
Wait,
I'm
there's
sorry I'm
another
late.
video other than this video?
Well, your title says what? Police release another video.
Well, yeah, but I made that okay. So I thank you for saying that to me because I actually made that thumbnail and scheduled the live for last night. And at that moment, this would have been a new video. So
Oh,
let
okay.
me,
I see.
but I don't want to be confusing to people. And I'm so glad that you said that because I will change the thumbnail and I will make sure that it's sort of more updated so people understand that this is something they released yesterday, not today. Thank you for bringing
Okay.
that up, babe.
Okay. Yes. I'm sorry because now I'm all, I probably threw you off and I'm all confused, but I'm here and I'm excited to talk about it with you. And I am so sorry that I'm late.
Don't ever apologize. Actually, I was just worried about you and I'm just glad that everything is okay. And that's all I want to say. Okay. All right. The reason I rewound this a little bit is because I want you guys to pay attention to the gentleman that gets out of the truck, okay? Because I want your opinions on some things because some things came up in the Facebooks, and I remember now after looking at the Facebooks why I took a break from Facebooking because it's crazy. All right, here we go. Okay, let me rewind it it's just a sketch. Well, actually, I might just leave it here. Hold on, let me rewind it a little bit. No, I want to see him get out of the vehicle. Okay, The reason that I put it on where I put it on is because one of the discussions that's been going on the Facebooks is that people think that while he appears to be husky, the argument is that when he is done whatever it is that he is doing to the Kia, when he's done with that and he turns around to get back into the truck, that he has, how do I put this delicately, less of a belly than he got out of the vehicle with. And I don't see that. And I'm just curious if you guys see that. See the kerfuffle going around the Facebooks is that he has something under his belly and he takes under his shirt, which is giving him the appearance of this belly. And then he whatever it was that's under his belly, he either puts in the vehicle, the Optima, or he puts it in in his truck, and he has less of a belly when he. Well, I guess it would be that he puts it in the Optima, and then he has less of a belly when he turns around and goes to the truck. And I don't see that. I think that it looks like he's removing something from under his shirt, and I will agree with that, but it's so grainy right at that part that I can't really tell, because he's got also, like, it looks like a towel in his hand, and it's the same color as the shirt. So it's kind of difficult to say if what we're seeing is the movement of the towel or what. I cannot really reach a firm conclusion on that. What do you think, Allie? What do you see? Do you want me to play it again?
I've watched it a few times. I had not heard that yet about people thinking that there was something under his shirt. That's really interesting. I just see, this big guy. I think that this video probably answered a lot for us, like why he might be in the back seat. Someone else is driving their car.
Right?
But I didn't notice him even pulling something out from under his shirt. Like, I think I just
Neither
don't
did
have
I.
that good of eyes.
Neither did I. And y'all, let me tell you, before I even like made this video, I watched the original video like 11 billion times at least. And then I even zoomed in on it. But this is the problem with the zoom, okay? No matter how good of quality the video starts out in, the moment you start um, zooming in, it starts to pixelate it. And so that's going to alter the image anyways. So it's very difficult for me to tell what exactly he is doing, whether he took anything out from underneath his shirt or didn't. I can't say either way, to be honest with you. And y'all, like, I even, this is how deep it went. If you have a smart TV, you can cast videos to your TV from your phone. So I took my self to the Facebooks, and then I cast that video on my big TV, and I still couldn't tell you guys. So um, it's, to me, his stomach, the way it changes for me is that it's clear that it hangs down, his stomach does, but there's not as much bubble, if um I guess I don't know if that's the right term. At the top seems to be bigger when he gets out of the truck than when he turns around and gets back in the truck. That's what I see. But also the other important information on this video that I wanted to make sure to include in the video is the number to call if anybody knows anything. That was, I wanted to make sure that that got put into the vehicle, or into the video. All right, here we go. Let's watch it one more time really quick. Okay, right there. the person in the driver's seat did get out briefly, because I know that was asked and I wanted to answer that. To me, it looks like he or she gets out briefly. What do you think, Allie?
I think so too.
Okay. All
But
right, here we go.
yeah,
Oh, wait. Go ahead. Go
yeah.
ahead, babe.
No, just check the private chat when you get a sec.
Okay.
Okay. Gosh, it's so hard to see anything. Like I'm trying. I don't know.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. It's an incredibly poor quality video. I mean, look, the video is what it is. You know, I mean, it is security footage, right? Um, Now, what I find interesting about this video, just in general, is the fact that the person driving the Kia drove in without their headlights on, which you either do because you're reckless AF, right? And you're having a YOLO moment because it's pitch black at night, right? Or you're doing it because you're trying to keep on the low and not drop, not
Draw
what am I
attention.
trying to? Thank you, Allie. Like, I'm tired, you guys. Your girl was up way too late. I had no business being up as late as I was and then getting up as early as I did. Like, I don't know what my body is doing, but my brain is like, girl.
I know the feeling. I'll be honest with you. That's what I did. I was up too late. I stayed home, and then they showed up for our roof today. And I went over to my mom's and laid on the couch and fell asleep for a minute. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So it's been chaos here too. But I don't know. Find this so interesting with all of there's a lot of stuff coming out, and
Mm-hmm.
people are very interested in this. There's a lot of talk, which also means there's going to be a lot of misinformation. But
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy like trying to sort through it. I just want to know more. I want the person who did this to be caught. So
Ooh, lover of God. I missed this. So when they pulled in, they flashed their light on the video I watched last night. Well, I have to tell you, I did trim a little bit, and I think I trimmed a little too much. But I'll have to go back and watch that. I think that is correct. And it does appear, yes, sniper. Oh, whoops, this is the wrong one. Yes, Sniper says, so word case studies, there's another person in the Chevy Silverado truck. You can see them throw a towel to the big guy. Yes, it does appear that there is a passenger in the truck. And now what I'm thinking is, I thought that there was confusion about the make and model of the truck. I thought that it was initially people were talking about it being a Chevy, but then now they're saying it's a Ford, or maybe I have that backwards.
I was curious. I was about to ask you, have they said it's a Chevy Silverado? So Music City Mom had sent me a picture. She was going through Facebook and she found someone who looks very much like the person in this video, and they drive a big four-door truck, but I think it's a Dodge. But JLR, if you look on his community tab, he posted someone that was at the vigil. I mean, I don't know if you want to look at that or see that, but he
I
that
did
looks
look
very
at it.
much like, yeah, and he kind of looks like this guy as well. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to
Yeah, here's
see.
the thing. Okay, I'm just gonna just be like completely blunt with you guys. I have seen the Blink video many times.
What is that?
It's the one, it's like a Ring doorbell video from out in front of the apartment, in
Oh,
the
okay.
hallway between two different apartments. It's the
Is it
one
some
with
kids talking?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
this is my reservation about this video, okay? And why I am hesitant to play it. Um, well, there are two videos. There is one video where it is from the same apartment though, right? The camera is facing the same apartment in both videos. So the one video is like three guys in a hallway and they're talking. Okay. The other video is you hear gunshots and two people emerge from the apartment and run in the direction they think, I guess, the gunshots are coming from. And then it's a male and a female, and the male, they both run off in the direction of the gunshots. And the male turns around and he runs back and he starts to go downstairs and he hits like the third step. And then he turns around and he runs into the apartment and he says something. My hesitation to play those videos is because they are from after Savannah and Matthew's.
Read Tess's comment about those videos.
Okay.
I understand your hesitation.
My hesitation is because it came. Those videos were from after the gunshot one. Both of them were, but the gunshot one is, I don't think means anything because it came from after their bodies were discovered. So in my opinion, the only thing that video serves to show is that gunshots can be heard. So if they were shot at the location where the vehicle was recovered, that maybe you would hear it. I don't understand. I just am very hesitant to put that out because I don't think the gunshot video is related to the crime. Now, the second video, and Tess, I'm going to get to you. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to get to you, but I got to get all this out of my brain or I will forget. The second video, I've listened to that video and their commentary on that video. The problem is, in my estimation, do they say some things? Yeah, they do. The issue that I'm having with is that it's a singular capture of a conversation with no context around the conversation. And I don't know these people. Like, there's not samples that I've seen. It doesn't mean they don't exist. It's just I need to know how these kids talk in order for me to understand what it is they're trying to convey in that video. And I'm not there yet. And I am so hesitant to put anything out that causes chaos. It's different when you're getting the information live. Like Ikadmel did a really great job last night. He would get the information, he would put it up, he would discuss it, and then, say, listen, I don't know, I don't think this has any. He did a really good job with it. But now I am almost 24 hours later, right. If you watch SpongeBob, 24 hours later, I'm so hesitant to do it. And I cannot, it's very difficult for me. I just am very hesitant. I don't want to put out anything that adds to misinformation.
You don't want to damage the case, and that's respectable.
Correct. And I saw the post that JLR made. I saw the picture. And what I will say is this. There's actually a couple pictures. I saw a couple things. What I'll say is this. Not only do I not want to damage the case, I also don't want to put out pictures of people that might not have anything to do with the case. And I think we learned, we learned from Kylie Rodney what happened. And I don't want to be a part of that. And I'm not listen, my name is Paul, and that's between y'all. I'm not trying to tell another creator what to do on their channel, what content they choose to put out, how they choose to present it. That's not my business. But for me, no.
I can see why you feel that way. For me, I would potentially play the video But the picture thing, I definitely see where you're coming from, because this is any random person showing up at the vigil. Now, if we go by like detectives and stuff, of course they're going to be there watching people,
Oh,
and
yes.
see who would show up. But we're not detectives. We're on social media. We're blasting this out to the public, to even more people. So being careful all around is just a good idea in general. I mean,
Right.
people, you guys at home have to be able to look at things and clearly, make your own decisions, and be smart about stuff. So I'm hopeful that most of you guys wouldn't harass somebody if you run across that picture or something like that, but some people will. And so you just have to be careful and think about it. So I respect you for that. I think it's
Thank
better
you.
than being all willy-nilly and just putting it all out there. Going
I'd
through
rather be
people's
safe than sorry. Listen, because for me personally, and I know it's for most people, the end goal here is justice for these victims, right? I don't want to be a part of anything, however small of a part I play, it's still a part, right? In getting somebody, in doing anything to this case that is
right.
counterproductive to getting justice. And I'm just not willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tess Mack says, I got a response last night from that Mona girl whose video it is on TikTok, and now I have like thousands of alerts. She said law enforcement came to get it from her yesterday. And I think that's where it should be left, right?
That's interesting.
Um,
And that's good though. That's a good thing. Yeah.
it is a good thing. And here's the deal: law enforcement has capabilities that we don't have as regular citizens, and that's exactly where that video should be. It should be in the hands of law enforcement. Let them figure it out. I only want to I'm not gonna I'm not gonna play those videos, and this is what I'm gonna do. If when we know that law enforcement has it, right, at some point, right, they're going to address it. They're going to say either we've seen that TikTok video and we don't think there's anything that pertains
Yep.
to it, or they're going to say, listen, yeah, we're yeah, those people, we're definitely investigating it, but it is where it should be right now with law enforcement. And the
Yep.
kerfuffle that was caused from that video, from that TikTok, it's a video that was put onto TikTok. Then there was a girl who talked about Savannah, and she was disparaging about her, which got people upset. Which listen, I can see how they would be upset. She said some things that got people side eyeing, but at the end of the day, I don't know that girl enough to know how she talks. And so I can't tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like it was
Yeah.
just, and I think that at the end of the day, and how they got to her was because of this TikTok video, and they started going through Facebooks and all the things, all the sleuthing, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not judging anybody for that. But at this point, if that video is with law enforcement, that's where it needs to be. And I'm not going to touch it from here on out. That's where it needed to be. And I'm not going to mess with it. So
Yeah.
the next thing I want to play for you guys really quickly, and wait, I'm off track again. I want to thank you, Tess, for letting me know that, because that's important. And thank you for doing follow-ups and letting me know, letting the audience know that that it's with law enforcement, because that is huge. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you is what the chief had to say after the video was released. Okay, because there was a press conference held, and there was some really good information shown in that press conference, and I want us to go over it and
Yay.
talk about it a little bit. Are
I
you down,
haven't got
Allie?
to, yes, because I haven't got to see this at all yet. I've been like,
Okay.
today I've barely been on my phone so far for the whole day. And I saw yesterday evening there was a press conference, but I had things going on for Trenton's birthday and stuff. So I missed Amber's live. I wanted to
Did he
see a
have the
lot of
happiest?
shenanigans. Had a great birthday. Yeah, it was. My mom and dad are just like, they're so sweet. They made a homemade cookie cake for him, and I don't know. We just had a great time,
Oh,
so it was good. But I missed all of this, so I can't wait to listen. But I'm gonna mute for like most of
okay.
this because the the noise is so bad, but I'll be here and I'll
Okay.
be back on. So, but just that's why if I'm muted for an extended period of time, it's so loud here at my house and I don't want to ruin the stream. So, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I want to say this. I want to just be really quick because Brooklyn says the two people fighting with them aren't involved. They wouldn't have been shocked and posting about it when the couple were missing. I have to say that when I listened to the conversation in that hallway and then subsequent TikToks made by the couple, right? Or the two people. What I took from the context of the conversation in the hall, what my take on it was, is that all of them were discussing it like, can you even believe this happened? Not like they were discussing it as if they participated in it. That was my take on it, but I don't know these people. And so that was my initial impression. If there's more that comes out and it sheds more light on it, then my opinion will change. I mean, my opinion and thoughts and stuff are going to be ever evolving as more information comes out. So, wow. There we go. Anyway, so there we go. Let me start this. Let me add this to the stage. And here we go. I only could make out what they were saying because I was listening with noise canceling headphones and I was home alone. And I went into the office and I shut the door. So there would be nothing that I could hear outside of that. All right, here we go.
San Antonio, Texas next, where we're getting new information from police after a pregnant teen who had been missing since Friday was found dead on Tuesday in San Antonio, along with her boyfriend. Family confirming that 8 were found dead in a car at some medical apartments located in San Antonio. Soto was 9 months pregnant and a week past her due date, according to her family. Now we're hearing from San Antonio police as they put this out on X earlier today, saying that anyone with information on this dark colored pickup truck with a bed cover or the two persons of interest seen in this video is encouraged authorities. You can also remain anonymous when providing information in this case. But you'll remember during that news conference on Tuesday, we brought it to you live. Police described this case as very perplexing. And so we're starting to learn a little more about it, but you can construct what they're referring to here, as well as two individuals at the beginning of the clip. So they're really trying to get a lot of information that happened in this interaction between the two vehicles on Tuesday. And police also implied at the time they may have been there for days where they were located. So bringing this update from San Antonio police.
Okay, so let me see this. Hold on. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is this. I want to ask you guys what your opinions are, because and by the way, before I forget, because I almost did, I want to thank Rebellious Rose. Thank you for gifting a membership. And Adrian, thank you for joining membership. I appreciate you both. Thank you so much. Okay, so that thing I wanted to talk about really quickly is I sort of interpreted the police chief's comments with respect to how long the victims were there a little differently. The way that I interpreted his comments was not that the vehicle had been there necessarily for 3 to 4 days, but that they had been deceased for 3 to 4 days. That's how I interpret it. Now, of course, it's everything is subject to people's interpretation, but that is kind of how I interpreted it. I didn't interpret that the vehicle had been sitting there for 3 to 4 days. And the reason I didn't interpret it that way is because the family was out looking for her, right? They were looking for this vehicle and they couldn't find it. And they were going all over Hell's Half Acre right? Looking for her, looking for him, looking for the video or the vehicle, excuse me. There were posters out, all the things. And I'm just, I don't know, Tiffany. I'm kind of, I have to wait until I can verify that. I know that I heard the same thing too, but until we get like, once the autopsy is done and everything like that, they're going to know an approximate time of death, right? And so I'm waiting for that because I just don't understand how their vehicle wasn't discovered. I'm just curious about that. That's all. I mean, I interpret things incorrectly. I mean, I'm not like omnipotent. I don't know all the things. What do you think, Allie?
I think that's so interesting because I need to re-listen and think about it like that. I don't know. See the background noise?
Yes.
But maybe,
I'm just
I'm gonna rewatch now and see.
all right. I'm going to play. Okay. Now we're going to get to the press conference and then we're going to discuss. Okay. Here we go.
He says they spoke this afternoon.
Over it again, briefly. Because this is an open investigation, I'm not going to answer questions unless it's to confirm something I've just said, but I'm not going to answer questions that may get into the details of the investigation. So first of all, I want to extend condolences to the families of both Savannah and Mathew. I also want to reassure them that detectives are doing everything that they can do to solve this case. Savanah Soto and 22-year-old Mathew Guerra were reported missing by Leon Valley on 12/23/23. A clear alert was issued for Savannah by DPS because it met the criteria for a clear alert to be issued. CLEAR stands for the state's Coordinated Law Enforcement Adult Rescue Alert Program. Families of both victims reached out to SAPD on the 23rd to make a police report, but we had learned that Leon Valley had already taken a missing person report. Savannah and Mathew resided in Leon Valley's jurisdiction, and were last seen in Leon Valley. Therefore, Leon Valley was the jurisdiction. Officers did document details provided by the family members under an SAPD information report. On the 26th at about 4 o'clock, SAPD was called to assist Leon Valley PD at 5903 Danny K. Leon Valley was requesting assistance. Families of both victims were at the location and reported Leon Valley PD that earlier in the day, they received information that the missing gray Kia Optima was at the Danny K address. When police arrived, they discovered 2 people in the Kia. EMS was called to the scene and they pronounced both victims at the scene. It appeared that the vehicle had been located at that location for several days. The medical examiner had identified 22-year-old Mathew as one of the deceased victims in the vehicle, and he died from a gunshot wound to the head. The manner of that death is still pending. The second deceased victim has not yet been officially identified by the medical examiner. However, I think we can be confident that that second victim was Savannah. This case is being investigated as a capital murder case. Detectives right now are combing through days of surveillance video from several different locations that the victims were known to be, or the victims were known to be. Detectives are hopeful that surveillance video will lead to the events leading up to their death. Detectives are also combing through social media and cell phone records to determine the last communications with the victims. We have a video here that we're going to share with you. We have already put it out on social media. You may have already seen it, but we're going to run this video here today. We are hoping that someone is able to identify the individuals that are seen in this video.
Okay, so now from this press conference, he makes it very clear that that the vehicle was there for several days. That's what I was waiting for, because their initial press conference, the first one that was held right after the vehicle was found, made it very unclear. And then I went back while I was watching this to check their Facebook post, right? And their Facebook post is unclear, right? So now that he has said it, it's crystal clear what he meant and how long they were there. I'm just surprised that I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that somebody missed it. I mean, it happens all of the time. Allie, you got anything, babe, or you still need to stay muted because it's noisy? Okay, I'm assuming that it's because it's still noisy. Here we go.
If anyone has any information regarding what they may see in this video, I would ask that you call homicide on 207-7635. And finally, here's a slowed down image seen next to the Kia. And then here's another, there'll be another slowed down image of the second person of interest getting out of the victim. Once you've looked at the video, I will take a few questions, again, only to clarify what I've said if you're not quite sure about it, but I will not take questions other than what I've just talked about because the investigation is still active.
Chief, you said the ME said that for Mathew Guerra, it was a gunshot wound to the head, but when we called them, they said it's a contact gunshot wound. What does that mean?
It means that it was there. When we talk about the manner of death has not been determined, the manner meaning, was it a suicide or was it a murder? So that's what the ME has yet to officially put out.
So there's a possibility that this could be a murder-suicide.
That possibility exists, but right now we don't believe so unless we get information from the ME that would change our current course.
You don't believe so, and I wonder the callousness of all this. What is your message to the person or persons who may have committed this?
You know, somebody asked me that the other night, and I don't know what value that adds to this interview, what message I would put out. I mean, clearly, it was a heinous act. It was, you know, unspeakable, the tragedy of it. I mean, what message would I give to the...
Okay, I got to pause for fair use and commentary, but here's the deal. I know a lot of people, this might have rubbed people the wrong way, but I got to say it didn't rub me the wrong way, and I'll tell you why. Because he's telling the truth. He's there for a very, very specific reason. He wants to get this video put out there, draw people's attention to it. That's the focus of this press release, or this presser right here. And that's what he wants to talk about. And he's not trying to interject like emotion and stuff into it, because when you're investigating a crime, if you start getting emotions in these situations can cloud your judgment. And I feel like that's why because I do it too. So maybe that's why I understand what he's saying. When something is very, very heinous and very, very emotional, but requires a high level of critical thinking, the first thing I do is stop with the emotions, and I will deal with my emotions later, but not in the moment. And I think that is, I kind of think that's what he was trying to say. And when I try to explain why it's difficult for me to discuss emotions, I stumble around too. And people think that I'm being cold. I'm not. I feel every single emotion. I'm not a robot. I just am not very comfortable talking about those emotions. So I kind of I get it.
those folks. I mean, I don't see what the value of that question is, but anyway.
And just to clarify, you are treating this as a homicide for both people?
It is a capital murder investigation.
For both victims?
Yes, right now, unless we get information that changes that.
And Chief, when was the surveillance video? Is this one from the 26th?
Say it again?
Where and when was this surveillance video taken?
A few days before
Yeah.
the bodies were discovered.
And where was this? What's the address of this area?
Where what?
Where
What's that? Is this where the bodies were discovered?
Very close to it, yes.
Very close to it.
I do see, I believe he is handing something to the driver of the pickup truck. Do we know anything about that?
I mean, that's what we're looking at. What we believe right now, it was something to weight the side of the car down with. You know, we can't be 100% certain with that, but that's what we're studying in this video, and that's what we believe right now.
And do we believe that these people may have any links of some sort? Do we know what links they have?
I don't know that, and again, would be part of the investigation.
So just to be clear, the vehicle, the Kia Optima, that's the vehicle that they were found in.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that they asked some really good questions, and I understand that why the answer was the answer that it was. I feel like I feel like he can't, even if they knew the connection between the people in that video and the victims, I don't think they would be putting that video out, because then they wouldn't need to identify them. You can't know what the connection is until you identify the people. Do you know what I mean? And I wanted to, people have been saying how, and I had this question too. Why is it being referred to as 2 capital murder cases, right? Like, why are they not talking about the baby? And I think this is just my best guess, but it makes sense to me. Maybe it will to you. If it doesn't, let me know and we'll figure it out. My best guess is that because she was pregnant, they have to do an autopsy that will show that had this not occurred, that the baby was full term, would have been delivered, and would have been a healthy baby. There wasn't anything else going on with the baby that may have. They have to prove that the baby's death was related to the mother's death and not some other cause. And I think that is what they're waiting for. And I think once that is established, I think that we'll have better answers. And Lil Red, in Texas, if you commit murder, there's tons of things that will get you charged with capital murder. And one of them is committing murder while in the commission of another crime. So, for example, kidnapping that results in a murder automatically escalates it to capital.
Right.
The unborn child also would make it capital, but they're not including at this, they're not talking about that. And that's what people are asking about. And so I think that the reason they're not talking about it, and I think it's going to ultimately potentially end up with 3 capital murder charges. One for Savannah, one for Mathew, and one for Fabian. That's what I think. But I'm not, I'm not an attorney, but that's, based on what I know, having lived in Texas for, more than half my life, I think that's what it is. Because I remember when the laws got changed how and automatically when you murder a child under 12 but not older than 15, it changes and it's an automatic capital crime. So it's not just anyway, that's what I think. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, Allie, you unmuted, which means it's quiet where you are, and I wanted to give you some, I want to hear your thoughts, babe.
Okay, so I do want to say about the police chief and his like they ask him to give a message to the family, and it's not best case scenario, right? This is the way I chalk that up. Like, he's just that's his personality style. We've seen police chiefs that have they'll send like, oh my heart breaks for them, or my heart goes out to them, or whatever. I don't think that that's him being cold. I think that's just the type of person he is, and it seems to be like a very awkward and uncomfortable moment for him because he's in like work mode and very serious about this crime. And I think that, some people are just like that. So I don't think, I wish people wouldn't get so upset about it and just, like I said, it's not best case scenario, of course, but it is what it is. Also, I would bet anything it's because it happened while in the commission of another felony. And also, the other thing I had was the word I think you were looking for was if the pregnancy was viable, like on its own, right?
Thank
Then
you. Thank you. Yes,
they want
Sally.
to prove it. Yeah. Okay, and that's all. That's my little group of thoughts there.
Right. I mean, I think that the crime in and of itself, even if she were not pregnant, would have been a capital offense. Okay. And I also think that part of what the chief was saying, to add to your point, Allie, is why would he deliver a message publicly to the family? He's talking to the family. Wouldn't he just, if he had a message for the family, wouldn't he just say it to the family? You know what I mean? I think that was kind of his like reason why he was sort of puzzled about that. Like, I'm communicating with the family, bruh. If I have something to
Yes.
say, I'll say it to them. I don't need to come out here and say what I need to say to them, to y'all too. Maybe I kind of took it like that's why he didn't
Yes,
understand the question,
I could see that as well. Yes,
Yeah.
I
All right,
totally
let's keep
agree.
going where I got a couple of minutes left, and then we'll discuss a little bit more. And I didn't intend to keep this one very long, so then I'll probably let you go after that, a little more discussion. All right, here we go.
But the person that's getting out of the vehicle, you're saying out of the Kia Optima, is that somebody that gets out of that vehicle that you're trying to
Yes.
say?
Yes.
And you believe it to be Matthew?
No.
Okay.
So
Correct.
do you all believe that they were shot, killings happened somewhere else and they drove the car and dumped it?
Well, I don't want to get into the details other than what I've talked about here today. So the answer to that question would be yes. But other than that, again, I'm not going to answer questions that are outside of what I just talked about.
All right. So the police chief here in
Okay. I thought of something, and then I looked at chat, and then I got distracted, and now I don't know what I was going to say. I forgot. Oh,
Well,
I have a question.
okay.
It was a question. Maybe you can answer it for me. And I feel like really dumb asking this question because I feel like I should know the answer to this and I don't. So where the vehicle was found is not their apartment complex. Is that correct? Because I'm a little fuzzy on where they
Yes.
lived versus where the vehicle was found. So the vehicle was not found where they lived.
No,
Okay.
it was at a different apartment complex. And that one is confusing because it's like the name of it has something to do with like a medical center or medical. When I first heard it, and now I don't know because it's off the top of my head. It's in my computer. I thought it was like at a doctor's office, but it's just the apartments. It's in the name of the apartment complex. So
Okay. So Tiffany from Tiffany TX, which I'm just going to assume, hope it's a safe assumption, means Texas. And it's the Seven Oaks Apartments is where the vehicle was found. Okay, that makes sense. And
hold on, pull it up. I
Pinche
remember
Becky said the
it said,
question was, what is the message to the people who committed the crime? People are used to that sheriff from Florida always addressing the criminal. Yes. Sheriff Grady Judd, or Yeah, Grady Judd always addresses the criminal. But it's not this guy's style, I guess. And so
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I love
it's
some
just not
Grady
as
Judd.
I do too. I mean, listen, when he gets up there and he starts out his press conference, and then my favorite thing is when he busts out the picture of the suspects, because not only, I mean, he always has something snarky to say, and I appreciate dry snarky humor, and he has it, and it does kind of it does make me chuckle a little bit. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
the apartment complex that I have here it says Kalina's at Medical, and it's 5903, and they've got a ton of pictures. It looks like the exact spot. So I don't know about the name of the apartment complex to be certain. I don't think that we know for sure. We need to verify that.
Okay, let me, yes, I agree. If we don't know, we should be waiting, like, let me just,
Ooh.
you know, I can appreciate, I wish that I could zoom in on the video, but I don't actually know how to do that. So, I will take some time, after this live and, see what I can do, about learning to zoom in. I'm always up to learning a new skill. Oh gosh, dang it. I can't believe I unshared that. I wanted to show you guys the vigil. Please hold. I knew there was something I was forgetting. I'm glad I remembered it all by myself without any prompting. I'm proud of myself. Hold on a second. Let me look It's this one. Okay, hang on just a second. I want to show you guys this because this is important too. Oh, a vigil. All right. Can y'all hear that? I don't know what my husband is listening to or watching, but I have the door shut in the office and I can hear him. I hope y'all
I
can't hear
can't
him.
hear it.
Okay, good.
No, I can't hear it.
It's some kind of music, something, but Lord knows
least
that's the last thing I need. Yesterday, well, yeah, A&E tried to check me for the opening statements that I played in the Nicholas Godejohn trial, knowing that, and I had to dispute it. Normally, I would just cut it out because it's only 30 seconds, but I had to dispute it on principle because that was not their content. I played it from Law and Crime. I was so mad. I was big mad. All right, hold on. Let me share the screen really quick and scooch this back. Bruh, stop. Slow down, YouTube. I'll let you know when I'm ready to play you. So eager. All right, here we go. Let me add this to the thing. Blessed Mama, I appreciate you got information. I saw what he posted, and for me personally, while I agree that he sort of does meet the description, I'm just very hesitant to put that kind of information out there because I don't want anybody who isn't actually involved to get harassed. And I worry about that. I saw what happened with the Kylie Rodney case, and I just, I'm not judging anybody for doing it. It's just me, my personal thoughts and feelings on it. So I want you to know I'm not ignoring you. I see what you wrote, and I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. All right, here we go.
Our top story tonight, new information in the capital murder case of a Leon Valley couple expecting their first child. Today, a family gathered to remember the life of Savannah on naming fate. We'll take you to vigil in just a moment. As vigil started, provided a video shows an unknown man behind the wheel of the couple's car. KENS 5 reporter Zach Briggs has a closer look at the video and what it could mean to the investigation.
Detectives right now are combing through days of surveillance video from several different locations.
One of those locations near the crime scene where a pregnant Savannah Soto and her boyfriend, Mathew Guerra, were found shot to death at a medical center apartment complex. San Antonio Police Chief William McManus says this footage was captured just a few days before their bodies were discovered on Tuesday. Based on the family's account, Soto and Guerra were last seen at their Leon Valley apartment on Friday, December 22nd. The two didn't show up to the hospital on Saturday when Soto was scheduled to give birth.
Here is a slowed down image of the first person of interest getting out of the Chevy Silverado.
The surveillance video shows a pickup driver approaching the silver Kia Optima, which McManus says is the same car Soto and Guerra were found in. The second person of interest then pops out of the Kia, followed by the pickup driver returning to his vehicle with something in hand.
What we believe right now, it was something to weight the side of the car down with. We can't be 100% certain of that.
McManus emphasized this remains an ongoing capital murder investigation. The medical examiner confirmed Soto and Guerra were both shot in the head. Their deaths have been ruled homicides. The chief noted detectives are continuing to dig through social media and cell phone records for any leads into who may have killed this young couple. And now the police need your help identifying the two people seen in that surveillance video. You can remain anonymous to report a tip. You're advised to call 210-207-7635. I'm Zach Briggs, KENS 5.
Thank you, Zach. Our team coverage continues tonight. Savannah Soto's family is asking the community to help them get answers. Hundreds gathered at a vigil tonight, honoring the mother-to-be and her unborn baby. As loved ones pray for justice, KENS 5 reporter Hannah Tita explains how healing has taken root at a Northside park.
Symbols of peace take flight over Kenwood Park as the doves circle the sky. Below, two trees are starting to grow.
This tree behind me represents Ethan because he always liked being here at the park.
First, Rachel Soto lost her grandson, Ethan Soto. The 15-year-old was murdered last year. Now, she's also mourning the death of her granddaughter, Savannah Soto. The 18-year-old's expecting mother was found dead in a car the day after Christmas alongside her boyfriend. Both were shot to death.
And we won't see her anymore. Only in pictures. It will never be the same. It will never be the same again.
Many came together to grieve the life cut short and the one that hadn't even started. Savannah was set to give birth last weekend to a boy named Fabian.
It's not right. She should be here with us. We shouldn't be having a vigil. We should be having a celebration of her and her baby.
As loved ones released balloons, they also lifted prayers.
We just got to keep her in our hearts and remember her the way she was. Not to remember her the way she left.
Next is just
fighting back tears.
laying the princess to rest.
The Sotos now wait for justice.
Whoever it was a coward. They didn't have no heart. But I have mercy on their soul.
Wow, that's so sad. Oh, so sad. It's so sad. I'm gonna be right in my feels, y'all. For a second, I mean, I'm in my feels. I'm probably gonna carry around being in my feels for the rest of the day. Allie, you got anything, babe? Or I'll give you a hang on a minute.
No, I don't. I just
It's so sad.
it is sad. Yeah, it's very, very sad. I'm happy to see, though, all the attention and all of the people standing up for them because, oftentimes people of color just don't get as much attention. That's just the truth.
Yeah, you're right. They don't. And, I was listening, obviously, because I'm right here listening with y'all. I'm talking about it. I don't even know why I have to state the obvious. But as I was listening to that, I was, they talked about the police is combing through all kinds of social media. And I think that's going to be I think that social media is going to play a key part in this, as far as looking to who they were, who they talked with, who was on their friends list, all those things. I think so. I think we need to be patient. And I think that I know they're going to solve this case, and I think it'll probably be sooner rather than later. But they're going to look at exactly Elizabeth Ross. They're going to look at Snapchat. They're going to look at Instagram. They're looking at Telegram. They're looking at what I say: Instagram, Snapchat, Telegram, Facebook, and TikTok. They're looking at all of it. So I do think it's going to be solved. It's just heartbreaking because from all accounts, she was so excited to be a mama. She was so excited to you know, have her little boy, and they had a name picked out for him, and it's all sad. But I kind of think that's like all I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight or this afternoon. But I will see you guys tonight. I'm gonna work on finishing up this video, and we're gonna talk about Nicholas Godejohn and Gypsy Blanchard. And she was, AKA Respect Your Pickles. She was glowing. She really was. She really was. So I hope they get justice. It breaks my heart that this happened. It's so senseless and ridiculous. Not that there's ever a reason behind or justified, but it's just extra senseless when it's a pregnant woman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then her mom at the hospital waiting for her to be there to be induced. I mean, that is just the most
Yes.
heartbreaking thing. You're thinking you're going to get your grandbaby, and I just can't.
It's awful. And speaking as a mom who couldn't be there when my daughter gave birth because of the pandemic and the restrictions that were on the hospital, I know how nervous my daughter was. I know she was, and I would have given anything to have been able to be there. And so that for Savannah's mom, waiting in anticipation, because you got to prepare yourself mentally as a mom, right? Because in that moment, you have to be strong for your daughter, because they're about to give birth and they don't need any action. It's scary enough. They don't need you being extra for no reason, right? So you got to keep your feels in check, and to be like mentally preparing yourself for that and waiting for her to come and she doesn't show up. I can't even imagine what that must feel like. And then on top of it, the tragedy, losing another son last year is just, it's awful. It's awful.
It really is. It really, really is. Well, we're going to stay on top of it, you and I, and we will talk about, as things progress. I want to keep discussing it with you for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to thank you, Allie, for being here. Even though you're have so much going on in your house, you said, YOLO, I'm showing up anyway for my girl, and I appreciate that, babe. I really do. And I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I appreciate it so very much. Oh, I thought it was, I think we had a good discussion and all the things. And if you haven't done so, give your girl a thumbs up on the stream. I'd appreciate it very, very much. Give me a thumbs down if you don't think I did a good job. That's cool too. I respect your opinion. All right. And I will see all of you later tonight. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome, babe. Bye.
Bye.